Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're checking out a video someone sent me asking me if it's legit. As always, my name's Craig. I'm a bioengineering PhD with a focus in cancer and nanotechnology. So let's get started.
CEO of a company whose medication could possibly reverse aging has passed away. Now, he was going to hop on an interview to share the story, and before they could even publish it, he was gone.
Sad to report that since this interview was conducted, Dr. Christopher Chapman has recently passed away.
So, this is what the interview was basically saying. This woman had a dog named Zeus. He was 12 years old, and he was diagnosed with terminal cancer and was in critical condition. He started taking the medication, and within days, the cancer was gone and he was up.
All right, so first of all, like the dramatic music and everything, that is just like it's not necessarily a like deal breaker, but it is something that gives me a little bit of suspicion just like early on. And also some drug excuse me, saying some drug will cure your cancer in days or cure this dog's cancer in days. That's a little bit suspect, but let's get going on.
Up and running again and everything.
Increase telomeres, you can reproduce stem cells and keep repairing things so that you can get literally younger.
He's got some energy.
Okay, so they're saying I'm assuming this drug is increasing telomeres. Um, that's all good and well for the reversing the aging process or slowing down the aging process, but for cancer, that's going to do absolutely nothing.
And then, oh, gee, he wants to go out and play. Oh, his appetite is back.
Company's board of directors assigned a new CEO, and once that happened, 3 directors voluntarily resigned. The CEO.
Okay, so we're gonna have to look at more into this company and what they do. But I'm assuming from the name telomere, um, like it's going to reference actual telomeres, the end caps of your DNA. So telomeres, what they do, is just like a run out area for your DNA. The way DNA replication works, it starts from the ends and then goes inward. This is something called the end replication problem. Basically, what happens is the ends where it starts get cut off every single time. So that run out area over time shrinks, and that is what causes cellular aging. If they're trying to make the claim that this cancer was treated by this drug, then it's BS. Because actually, one of the hallmarks of cancer is the extension of telomeres. Cancer cells, when they become cancerous as part of the process to become cancer, turn on the gene called telomerase, which is an enzyme that extends the telomeres. It extends that run out area. If you've never seen this graphic right here, it's from a paper called "The Hallmarks of Cancer," or a series of papers called "The Hallmarks of Cancer." These are an amazing series of review papers discussing the shared characteristics of cancer. And as you can see right here, one of the hallmarks is enabling replicative immortality. One of the things that cancer cells do is flip on the gene telomerase so that they can replicate indefinitely. Otherwise, if they didn't, they would just reproduce until they hit a limit called the Hayflick limit, which is when the telomeres are, fully shrunken and you start to eat into actual coding DNA. If you're interested in reading these papers, they're open access, and if you just search the hallmarks of cancer, it should just pop up. The first one I believe I was published in like 2001, and then again in 2011, and the latest one was published in 2022. And they're all free to go read. So I definitely encourage you to go read that. One of the risks of extending telomeres is that it may increase your risk of cancer. Um, Typically, telomerase is only active in a small population of cells, typically things like stem cells. And it's because these cells need to be able to replicate a lot to be able to turn into a bunch of other cells. But fully differentiated cells, like the normal cells in your body, aren't they don't need that telomerase active. So they can what happens if that were to be extended, that would allow them to potentially accumulate a bunch of DNA damage and mutations, and that could potentially allow them to turn into cancer easier. This is because when cells detect DNA damage, what they will try to do is they try to fix it, and if they can't fix it, they will self-destruct. This is called apoptosis. Otherwise, they'll go into a process where they no longer grow and divide, and that's called senescence. This is one of the ways that cells can um, prevent themselves from turning into cancer. So if you have like populations of cells that are alive for a really long time that aren't supposed to be, they can potentially accumulate a lot of damage, and that damage could be in regions that will either suppress tumor suppressor genes or activate tumor driving genes. So there's potentially a risk in taking a drug that extends your telomeres, but you're taking this drug and it's being delivered systemically, so it's affecting all of the cells in your body. So it's potentially opening you up to developing cancers that you wouldn't have developed previously, or you would have developed a lot later in life potentially. So looking into this company, this is exactly what their drug is doing. Telomere one is the allegedly the only known drug in the world that modulates telomerase to promote repair and lengthening of telomeres, thus restoring the possibility of high fidelity, accurate replication of DNA. So what they're saying is that this drug will repair your telomeres and allow your cells to divide more and copy their DNA more. Yeah, I have a lot of questions about this company. I'm trying to find more data on it, and it looks like they only have data on small animal testing, and sounds like there's currently testing involved with dogs. So we'll see. And it sounds like there potentially might be a publication coming out soon. I think read it was possibly in the peer review pipeline. So if I see any updates on this, I will check back in with this. But yeah,